Hey everyone, how's it going? I'd purchased this kit here on Amazon for about $50. I was going to try it out in my WRX. It's an interior light kit. The package itself is actually pretty heavy. I'd say it weighs probably about 5 pounds. But go ahead and open it and show you what I got here. So this is the Op 7 interior light kit. Let me get the top open here. Packaging itself is pretty cool for a LED kit. I was surprised of how big it actually was here. You got, I guess, some directions or instructions here. Something else. There's actually one more box in here. So, yeah, it's kind of odd to buy a LED kit and it actually be packaged rather than just wires and some strips. So, let's see what we got in this one. Okay, this is going to be the remotes. Has two different remotes here. One's a fast. Not really sure how it actually opens or. Okay, there we go, it slides down. It's actually pretty neat. And then the full remote here. It looks like some sort of tool, maybe to. I'm actually not sure. I'll figure that out later. Go ahead and get this one opened up here. This looks like it's the actual lights. So, comes with, wow, tons of zip ties. These look like some wiring harnesses. Looks like the ground wire there. And then I guess some mounting hardware. Okay, then the last kit here, probably the actual LEDs itself. Adhesive booster. Here's a box. And this I'm actually going to be wiring to the fuse box. It comes with 3 different actual fuse pieces, so I'll have to figure out which one works for me. I could plug it in, but it looked kind of cheap having it just plugged in the car. Then last here are the actual LED strips. Man, I just got 4 thinking that they'd be about this size, but yeah, it's going to cover a pretty big area. So that's a bonus. This top part's just all rubberized, pretty thick as well, so I'm gonna figure out how this wiring really goes, and next step will be maybe just using this and seeing how it works. I have it plugged into just the 12 volt adapter here. I'll go ahead and press on. Cool. These are pretty bright. Do a little cycle, I guess. Green, blue, white. This is pretty neat here. In the camera it gives it a little bit of a pulse effect, but I'll let you know that it's not actually just pulsing, it's a solid color. And do strobe. Says it fade. And go back to a solid. Huh. And cycle the colors. Just have to play with it a little bit here. Yeah, and I can tone it down or turn it back up. So, wish it was that easy, but I have a little bit more installation to do. So whenever you are looking at your fuse box, I'm going to use this 12 volt plug here. I'll get a light on it. You can see it's the third one down furthest left. So that's the power. Then there's also a 10mm bolt here. You just slightly loosen it and you can put the ground wire on there. So I have the two main power sources, or this power source and then the ground connected. Plug it in, make sure that it works, and then be moving on to the install of the full lights here. Now what I have here, I took out the dome light since it does have the courtesy light function, attaching the neutral on the neutral side and the positive on the positive side here. Basically just, I don't have any kind of posts or anything, so I was just wrapping it around. Haven't attached the positive yet because I want to have everything, all the lights set before I start doing it. And what I did was just, I was able to pull the wire through. If you kind of pull down here, it creates a gap, and so you just follow that gap along. And this pillar, you can just kind of pop out the top and put the wire down, and then run it all the way down the side here. And this panel, you just use your little tool. This pops out super easy, and it leaves 2 or 3 different holes that you can go through, and just drop the wire down. So it's all pretty easy. It's just a little time consuming, and I want to leave this undone because I don't know if it'll work or not, or the way I'm wrapping it'll work, so just gonna leave it like that. What I did back here was simply put a coat hanger through the passage, and then I connected the wires and just pulled the wires through. I pulled through 2. You only see 1 because what I did was I tucked it all along this line, pulled the seat all the way forward, and it's over in the back, and I'll show you here. Basically fed it all the way down, and make sure you tuck it underneath the rail. And I'm about to install my light right here on the inside. So I finally finished the install. I'll show you here. Mounted it as far as it could go, I guess, and from here you can see there's no wire. I connected it way at the back. It's kind of hard to see, but this applied tons and tons of zip ties, so made it really easy. Then on here, just mounted it on the inside rail. And the same for the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and turn these on. One cool feature that it has is whenever you turn it on with the door open, it automatically just shows white. Now it's supposed to turn white whenever I open the door to go along with the interior lights I have, but for some reason it's not pulling enough power to be able to turn on, which is pretty expected because that box is pretty big that actually powers the system. So I'll show you here. Whenever I close the door here, fades to red. So show you some of the features on it. I can change to blue, green, and it has tons of other colors. It may look like it's flickering in the camera, but this is due to it just being the LED. Let me show you some of the cool functions. It has a strobe. You can press it and it changes the color on it. It has a quick blink of all the colors, as well as just a slow cycle. So this is the front of it, but I'll step out and show you what it looks like under the seat here. See if it goes back to white. Yep. This is the first time I've been looking at it as well, so it's actually really bright. You can get this back door open. Oh yeah. And close the front and get that color change. Actually, it doesn't look like it's going to do the color change since I have the door open. So let's step into the back here and we'll take a look at the footwells. There it goes, changing colors. You can see it up in the front. It's pretty neat. There's the red, which I'll probably keep it on. The red actually seems to be the darkest out of all the colors compared to, say, the green or even the blue. Probably the green is the brightest, but it's really neat. There's so many different color options you can choose with it rather than having to stick with one color. I think this strobe is pretty cool. So overall, I'm really pleased with this. It took probably about 2.5 hours to do, which is really just me taking my time with it and making sure that all the wires were set and not just rushing on it. So as always, enjoy and happy driving.